I2E Solutions has been a provider of software consulting services in the greater Calgary, Alberta area for over 15 years. They specialize in solution, enterprise, architecture, and software development. Terry Mandin is the founder and principal at I2E. Terry has worked as a software consultant in the Calgary area for over the last 22 years and worked in a variety of technical leadership and architectural roles. What does I2E Solutions specialize in now?
I'm still a product development company, but I also have a consulting side to my company, and I primarily provide IoT, Internet of Things, and software development consulting to product-based SaaS software as a service companies in the local area.
Terry, we talked a little bit about what you've done. As a small company and things, how do you stay abreast with changes and what's coming out in the future? Can you explain that and maybe even touch upon what is coming out in the future?
Sure. Just from I'm a career learner. I've learned all the way through. I'm quite fascinated by these new technologies, and so I'm always certifying and doing the online seminars, and so some of the new things that are coming out now, some of the new trends that I'm seeing is a lot of what's called democratization of complex solutions. And so that just means basically making what was previously very complex tasks easy for almost everyone to use. Because these new things are coming out relatively quickly, they can save companies a lot of time. It's just that maybe companies aren't aware of them, or maybe they don't have the examples in place for their internal people to actually use them. Some examples would be around machine learning. Machine learning basically is taking algorithms that have been around for 10, 20, 30, 50 years, but were really only available to maybe the mathematicians amongst us and the advanced mathematicians. But lately, these algorithms have been packaged in such a way they're available to a lot more people now and can be employed in software systems. And they are more so being employed, and you can see them now. You can see them in your advertising, and you look and you think, well, how did that system know to send me that particular ad? Well, it's using some of these complex systems, looking at your past behavior. Maybe on Amazon, it's suggesting products to you that maybe you find quite interesting, but just wonder, how did it ever know? Well, it's using these machine learning techniques, and these same machine learning techniques can be used for a vast array of things to improve safety, to see trends in data leading to unsafe conditions, or even to maintenance, seeing sensors that are reporting readings that are consistent with a breakdown that have been seen in past data to have led to a breakdown. So machine learning can be used that way. So machine learning is one thing. Big data analytics. IoT generates huge amounts of data, and making sense of that data is very difficult just due to the vast amounts of it. And big vendors, the big software vendors, have realized this and are all competing very heavily to provide scalable systems to provide information out of this data. So right now, very high focus for myself in that area, working quite closely with one of my customers using Power BI as a tool to see some of these analytics. So that's another area of growth. Big thing around scalability and platform as a service. As software systems have evolved, they kind of started off, in a company's back room, and then ultimately they realized, well, we don't have the infrastructure, so they moved them up into a secure data center, but it was still kind of their systems, and they had to manage it all. And then cloud vendors came along, and we realized that we could trust them to manage our systems and that they would do a better job than us, but we were still quite tightly tied to the computer systems themselves, to the actual servers. But now that's changing, and we're moving more to what's called platform as a service. And so platform as a service is where you don't really see the servers, you don't care about the scalability, you just trust the company itself to manage all that for you. All you do is you use the service. And so, around putting up websites, capturing queue data from, putting things up onto secure message buses. All these types of things are becoming services. IoT is being provided as a service. And so you push your data up there, it is being processed. You can generate small, what are called microservices based on a new Microsoft New Orleans technologies. And so that is also a new thing that is coming out and is going to be prevalent. And in the integration space, Microsoft has introduced something new called Logic Apps. And Logic Apps are kind of, they're built with a lot of the learning from their BizTalk services. And what they do is they allow you to build connectors and push them up onto their web app platform as a service technology. And you can kind of connect one connector to another connector. And so maybe one connector is grabbing your IoT location data. The other connector, maybe it's a connector to one of your company's internal systems, and it can push the location data for you over to your customers' internal systems. And so again, very easy technology to use. In the past, where integration was kind of left to an elite few, now it is quite a bit easier to develop. And so I see quite a bit of growth in these areas coming out in the next few months.